Welcome to That's Alt, a show where we get a group of e-thugs together, talk about movies, games, and everything geek. I'm your host, Bryan McBallz, and joined with me today is the lovely Kristina.
Misfit Girl 66, how y'all doing?
Cary, Metal Geek.
Sacha, Timeless Traveler.
I'm JD, also known as S3 Prototype.
Today we're just going to be recapping on Comicpalooza. We're going to talk about all the highlights that we encountered, and the interesting guests and interesting people. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. There was a lot of awesome attractions on the floor down there, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and go down. I want to get your guys' input. I saw a lot of crazy things down there, that a moving creeper and some other things. So Kristina, let's start with you. What did you see on the floor that caught your eye?
Probably more than anything else, how big the convention is this year compared to last year. If any of y'all went to the last Comicpalooza, we are now on 3 floors of the convention, which was a little confusing for me at first, but I just loved how much variety they had to offer this year, and not only with, cosplay, there's a lot more people dressed up, a lot more panels, so I really enjoyed the fact that I had so many, options on what I wanted to do.
It was very condensed last year. The panel rooms are great because last year they just had everything separated by curtains, and it was very hard to hear each other when we were doing a panel. Just the sheer vastness of this year, it's pretty amazing now.
Do you think it was too big?
I've never heard that question before.
It was too big to the point that the fact that some of the escalators stopped working, and you were like, oh, everything's on the 3rd floor, and you're on the 1st.
That does not surprise me.
Without further ado, though, if everybody's introduced, I want to go ahead and play a quick trailer for you guys that shows what we're all about.
Ultness is a pop culture group centered around film, television, gaming, and everything geek. Founded on a pool of shared interests, we generate online content, such as discussions.
I want to watch Exit Wounds. That's him in DMX, right?
Oh, no, you don't want to watch.
That's when Steven Seagal went hood.
When Steven Seagal went hood.
He barely went cul-de-sac with that.
Event coverage.
There's League of Legends behind us. The main stage in between is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. StarCraft. Yeah, that other game.
I'm curious, is this related to the movie I Am Legend?
And internet shenanigans.
Yeah, look at it. You have the letters ASH, Ash, Aryan Slave Herder.
Raving through the wild west of the internets, we try to make videos or something you people call entertainment. Know the exact moment when we eat food. Follow us on Twitter at Ultness. The kids love Facey Space. We got one. YouTube. And of course, visit us at ultness.com. And hey, guess what? We're covering Houston's own Comicpalooza. So stay tuned and see if you pop up on Ultness.
It's like you slowly...
And here we are.
It's like you slowly turned into a Muppet.
Yeah,
like further descent into
we
the
wanted
trailer.
to call that trailer the Descent to Madness. 'Cause it's like the IQ is leaking out of my brain as we're doing it.
The script just got simpler, and it got to crayons, and then just like imaginary words at the end.
Yeah, it started with like quill and ink, and it went to crayon. So let's go ahead and continue our discussion here. And I'm going to go ahead and ask a question about the guests here this year. And asking from this point of view, what guests drew you to come to Comicpalooza this year? Who was the big names that brought you guys in? I'll start with you, JD. We'll come down this way.
I saw Joseph Gad. I didn't really know him per se until I actually read his bio. He's, the body of God of War. He did mocap for a lot of other games. I think a couple games. He was in Star Trek Into Darkness. If any of you guys seen the movie, he was the guy in blue with the cube on his head, like the clear cube. He was controlling the ship. There was Nicole Marie Jean. She's a cosplayer. She did a Lady Bane. It's really hot and weird. But those were the two that I saw. I mean, I can think of Patrick Stewart as seeing him, but like it's Patrick Stewart. The only thing that comes to my mind is either the Enterprise or him doing those memes. We wanted to get that picture of him actually signing it like this. We're like, where the fuck did all these memes come from?
I've been a fan of Sam Huntington for a while, so I was really excited to get to meet him. He's currently in Being Human. He plays Werewolf Josh, and he's my favorite character in the show. And it's kind of cool to see how he feels about everything being here and just seeing where he's come from and what he's planning to do.
I really geeked out on some of the comic creators here, the authors and the people that I grew up on. I met Chris Claremont yesterday, got a picture with him. That was amazing. George Perez, David Mack was here again. It's a lot of cool comic people for me.
I actually got to interview and hang out with 2 local cosplayers, Lana Marie and Marie Doll, 2 girls that I've actually grown up with, but when we first met, like, no one really cosplayed because we were, all younger, and we were like, oh, what's cosplay? That's weird, that's geeky. But now I'm into it too, and so it was really, it was really cool seeing them grow as models and cosplayers, and seeing them, become famous now. That's weird for me, but I got to interview them for the show, so that was really neat.
I thought it was cool having like Galacticon here this year, and because I love Battlestar Galactica, and meeting Edward James Olmos was pretty cool. Like, I went up there and said hi to him and everything. He's a cool guy, and it's really interesting how many friendly people there are. You see these guys on TV and stuff, and you just assume some of them are going to be kind of pushing you away, but a lot of them are really receptive, and they're happy to talk to you. So,
did you ask Edward James Olmos to stand by you?
No, I don't think that would have been a good idea. But I'm going to say this, though. Glenn Morshower, I don't know if you guys know him. He's an actor. He's been in like several things, 24, Black Hawk Down. We talked with him at length I believe on Friday or Saturday. He is like the friendliest guy ever. And I don't know if he's still on the floor down there. You guys should go meet him. He is awesome.
Yeah, he's super approachable. Like, I came up to him just saying, like, hey, I heard about he has got a foundation. We did a bit with him with Ultness just earlier at Frightmare Fest. He's really, really approachable. You could even it feels like you could ask that guy for like a cup of sugar. That's how friendly he is. With Joseph Gat's really cool too. I asked him about, he's really built, and I wanted to know his stature, how he keeps that physique. And he's like, man, I've hurt myself so many times. You got to push yourself. I mean, these are just regular people. It's really amazing that once you talk to them after the starstruck is over, it's, oh, okay, cool. Let's come over and play video games or something, man.
I'm sure he rejected you on that one.
I don't think it's that easy, but I feel like...
Hey, Joseph Gatt, you want to come play some God of War?
Yeah. Yeah, we just come over, do some reps or something. Yeah.
Next, I want to ask you guys, we've seen a ton of cosplayers around there. A lot of them are on the slideshow over here, but I want to ask what are the most creative and original cosplays you saw on the floor this year? Because there was some crazy things going on. I was surprised to see what... I think my favorite might have been the Link Assassin's Creed crossover. Yeah. That guy was amazing. He even had the movements and choreography down, and he performed assassinations for us and stuff. Like not legit assassinations, but he had the animation down. That guy, he was doing the real thing, And yeah, someone was joking. I think JD said, we should have him jump down a floor and see what happens. Jump down assassination. So.
And then to do a 360 slash like Link.
Yeah. No, but
and then 5 cosplayers are dead.
Kristina, why don't you start us off? What was the most creative and original idea you saw out there?
It might have not been the most original because it's from one of my favorite games, but I don't see it that often, so I was really impressed. It was actually from Final Fantasy VIII. It was a couple, and they were Zell and Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII. And I'm a huge JRPG nerd, so for me, I just thought that was super cute that it was a couple's cosplay, but it was really well done. And I got to see them in the costume contest yesterday, and so that was, just a lot of fun to watch them like walking around in really accurate costume. So.
The Beetlejuice cosplayers are pretty cool. That was really, there was a lot of Doctor Who people out there. It's taken over now.
Doctor Who is huge this year. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen so much Doctor Who in my life.
Well, it's gotten a lot more popular lately. I mean, it's really widening its fan base. So, I mean, more people are starting to enjoy it.
Yeah, you're the big Doctor Who fan.
Yeah. I've really been impressed with a lot of the Doctor Who cosplay this year, including the Weeping Angels. They've been really impressive. And I really like the Dalek that's just cruising around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Deadpools and a lot of there's Lady Deadpool today.
It's weird because Deadpool, he went with any kind of group. I saw him with Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers, yeah.
He was LARPing downstairs with the guys fighting. That was really cool. Like, he jumped over the railing and just started beating people up and then jumped out.
That's Deadpool for you.
That's Deadpool, down to a T.
If you're gonna put on the costume, you gotta act like the guy.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be a humble Deadpool, you know.
A bashful Deadpool. That does.
That would be wrong.
Yeah. I saw the Steam. What was it? The Steampunk Rocket Team.
No, Steam Rocket.
Yeah.
Steam Rocket.
Steam Rocket.
That was really creative. There was a guy dressed in a dog suit inside a Superman outfit. That was really funny.
Okay.
The
Costumeception?
yeah, because he had like what was that? The TV show on FX with the dog? Was it Wilfred? But he was in the Superman outfit. I'm like, I get it. I am smart. That's smarty. And then they had a remote control creeper that was actually just trolling people left and right.
You know, my favorite, there's a guy yesterday dressed up as Michael Myers, and I have a shot of this. I was standing around talking to some people, and he was just standing off in the background, just staring at us.
Yeah. We have a series
It was
of
really
pictures with
creepy.
that guy in there.
Yeah.
He's photobombing.
He's photobombing like all of our pictures.
We got quite a bit of Waldo photobombing people, too. And it's like, where's Waldo? Oh!
It's the first cosplayer I think that actually scared me.
I'm gonna move on to the next question, guys. Let's talk about. Did you have any hilarious moments or interactions with anybody out here this weekend? Did you see anything crazy
Just
happen? Just me?
Just with you.
Well, that happens every time now. We were talking about something special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. JD, you want to start us off? Did you see anything crazy?
Did I see anything crazy? I saw my first Quidditch game. That was kind of crazy. Those guys really, it is literally like rugby on sticks. Sorry, my accent is kind of thick.
What accent is that?
Everyone is using that.
It's English.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty crazy. My first roller derby match. Those girls are intense. Like I watch TV shows. I'm like, that's fake. That's like wrestling. It comes on right afterwards. No, these girls, these girls go bruised and they hit hard. And then I think that was pretty much it. I couldn't think of anything else. No, the Super Mario guy is just trolling everyone with the
I saw them today.
sound effects box.
That was legit.
It was cool for 5 minutes, and then they just keep hitting that coin sound, and that's the sound of my text message alerts, so it was pissing me off. I'm like, someone's blowing me up. Nobody loves me. It's just mom.
How about there was a lot of vendors here this year. It was like a huge show up of vendors. Did you guys see any that caught your eye that just like stood out? I saw that tentacle kitty.
Yeah.
That thing was kind of weird.
That's
You actually bought a print from there. Why don't you tell us about that?
It's like this little animated like kitty with tentacles at the bottom. So it's a tentacle kitty. Imagine that. But I'm like obsessed with the movie Tron, the original, and they had one. It was like designed as a Tron tentacle kitty, and I was like, I'm totally gonna buy that. But as far as like all the vendors, though, I really hope they come back next year. It wasn't really a vendor per se, but they had a little booth set up. They did a replica of the USS Enterprise. And it was like a little Star Trek booth. I guess they're trying to make like a new museum and replicate like everything from the ship. So it was like a foundation. You could, donate to them if you wanted it. But I just love that they had like the seats there, and then they were talking about in the future they want it to actually be like a touchable panel that you can, like press all the buttons on it. And I was like, okay, that's really cool, because I'm a nerd and I would totally invest money to do that. So, but they were saying that the museum in the future when they finish it would be completely free. So I was like, that's awesome.
If they finish that museum, I want to be the first one to test a holodeck. That's. I was like, I like 2 Hot Pockets, please, in my old house.
Yeah, I'd be scared of the radiation from that.
The radiation.
The Federation, 2100 something. Maybe that's okay, and they got the bugs out. But I wouldn't trust the holodeck and current technology.
It'd be like, old house, you go.
How about you, Cary?
My local comic shop is a pop culture company, and they were here, and I found something that sort of completed my childhood. I used to have it. It broke a long time ago. It's the Darth Vader carrying case for your Star Wars figures. Paid like $5 for it, and I was super happy. That completed my childhood right
I used to have one of those.
Yeah.
And my brothers destroyed it.
Yep.
Little bastards.
You can't beat that. It's totally worth it.
It's awesome.
I saw a lot of things I was really excited about. I'm always happy to see Bedrock City's booth. I'm friends with some of the clerks and store managers there, so it's always fun to talk to them. And then I saw the medieval arms, and I collect swords and knives and stuff, so it's like, oh wow, this is so cool. And they always have something really interesting, like the Sting replicas and all the other Lord of the Rings swords. I love seeing those. They're just really fun.
How about you, JD?
What was the question?
Did you buy? Are you awake?
No, I was like, I was thinking montaging in my head. I was like, yeah, I saw that too. What?
Did you buy any merch or?
I bought a poster of one of the local artists. I have a friend that lives out in Florida that she couldn't be here today either, so I bought her a poster. I bought a Wonder Woman poster. The only reason why I bought it, she's Dominican, and the print was really, really dark, so I was like, hey, she's dark too. I might as well get that. And then when I got the actual print that was color corrected, I'm like, son of a bitch got me for $10.
Talking about people who could make it, this is probably a good thing to mention if you came here looking at the program. His co-host, Half-Ass Ninja, was supposed to be here today, but he's stuck in New Jersey with the weather problems, so we have Kristina sitting in with us. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, so yeah. Anyways.
If you're in Jersey, you're stuck in Jersey.
Yeah, he's stuck in Jersey. It's his problem.
He's stuck and lives there. Guy.
And then I was going to go back, just a question about the funny cosplays. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, I saw a male naked Daenerys that was just wearing dragons to cover up his junk. So that was a pretty good moment. I felt pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's at Half Price Books, right? It was the dude from Half Price Books?
Yeah, I was proud of that guy. He did a good job.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that before.
Yeah, it was a bodysuit, thank goodness.
He wasn't really naked.
Either that or he was really pale and chalky.
He was burly too, like he was puffing out of the bodysuit.
I like how he didn't even attempt to shave. It's just like, yeah, just throw on this bodysuit, we're good to go.
At what point are you like, I need to convince people that I am this character, or what's the point of like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go like this.
I bought the suit, that's enough.
I'm in a suit and a wig with dragons, people are gonna get this.
Dragon's covering up my dragon, I'm good.
Dragon covered the dragon. All right, how about this? We, Ultness.com, we actually got some interviews this weekend, and Kristina, actually all four of you probably snagged some interviews, so I want to ask you who you got to interview and some highlights of that. So why don't you start us off, JD?
Like I said, I got Joseph Gatt. I've gotten, I was going to get Nicole, but I chickened out because she's really cute. Who else? I talked to some of the rep at the roller derby. She was really cool too. Got a footage with Quidditch. Found out how the game is played. They actually have a college league. It's actually recognized as a sport. What else is there? There was a Jack Sparrow. I kind of knew the guy, and that was pretty much it. That's as much as I got so far.
Well, I got to interview Walter Jones, the Black Ranger.
Tell me
And
how that
was
went.
a lot of-
Tell me how did that go?
It went really, really well.
Well, too well.
He was very, very nice. It's a pleasure.
She's cute.
Details.
Did you guys trade communicator wise?
I know.
He was the mastodon with the trunk in the front.
She might need a moment. How about you get here?
We'll come back to her.
I'm good. I got to interview him, and he was really nice. And I also got to interview Sam Huntington, and that was really cool because like I said, I'm a fan of his. But it was really cool to be able to interview some of the vendors and also some of the artists at the Artist Alley downstairs. So that was cool too. We've been talked to the man responsible for making all of these name tag or
Press badge.
press badges. Well,
You're still flustered.
okay. He made all of the press badges, all the passes in general, actually, and it's just cool to see the man who's responsible for such entertaining work. And he's describing some of his other work, like working on the Amazing Spider-Man's TV series and the Hellboy cartoon. And it was just cool to be able to connect on that.
I did mostly audio interviews, so got to interview George Perez and some guy from Dollhouse. I don't remember his name now. So you should know.
Michael Trucco.
No.
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 Yes.
Yeah, he loves.
Yeah, Talmo. Is that what he said? Craig Parker from Spartacus. It was a lot of fun though. I mean, just going around. I've been doing a lot of photographs this whole weekend, and so many cosplayers out there, and just people working on art. I've just been shooting everything.
Raise your hand if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan. Okay, quite a few of you. Well,
Nice to meet you.
so I've never seen this show, but now I want to watch it because I got to interview all of the cast that was here for Battlestar Galactica, and there's some pretty sexy men that play on that show. So yeah, I'm gonna start watching that show. I got to interview all of them.
Of course, not for the plot.
I got to interview pretty much all the famous cosplayers that are here, the judges for the costume contest. Got to talk with them about, how they judge the competition, how long they've been doing it, what's the hardest part. And I actually got to learn a little bit about the prop making. I thought that was really neat, just because I guess I didn't really realize how much work goes into it when you're building everything completely from scratch from day one. So that was a lot of eye-opening interviews for me, and they were a lot of fun as well.
Excellent. Sacha, Cary, and Kristina, you're all you've all been to Comicpalooza before. Me and JD are first timers here. We came in together. So I'm going to say this. What can you guys tell us as far as improvements that have been made from last year to this year? Why don't you go ahead and talk about that for a little bit? Tell us about that.
Well, this is my third time coming to Comicpalooza. I went for the first time in 2010, second in 2011, and the first year I was here, they restricted it to mainly one room, and that was the Artist Alley where the celebrities were and where you got where they had the vendors. And they had a little stage on the far side of the ballroom for performers. It's nice that they've actually expanded their usable area, I guess, to 3 floors. It's just a lot bigger and it's a lot nicer.
It's almost a whole convention center.
I know. It's really impressive how much they've expanded.
I was here last year, and it was condensed to basically 1 floor, and all the panel rooms, like I said before, they were just curtained off, and if you were in there watching a panel, if you had a panel that was louder than yours next to you, it was very hard to figure out what's going on. And I'm glad now they actually have panel rooms again, and it's a lot better.
So, just curious, who's been to the first Comicpalooza here in Houston? This is your first one? No, I mean like the first ever Comicpalooza.
Like
The very first
2008?
one was like in West Oaks Mall at the.
No. Wasn't it the one in the Alamo Draft House?
It was the Alamo Draft House, yeah.
Yeah.
In their lobby there.
So this is what, year number 5, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
It was in 2008, so.
This as much as I've known, the attendance has almost doubled every time.
Yeah, it's
So-
getting big.
Yeah, it's getting huge. So like for next year, I really suggest you guys like watching out, maybe pre-purchase tickets, because this is probably going to be like the Comic-Con of Houston. I mean, don't mark my words for it. I mean, they could go to Galveston maybe, but I mean, this is going to be huge. I don't know.
You could be
Why
wrong.
Dallas? But I mean, it's doubled in sizes every time, and the big names have always gotten bigger. Last year was Bruce Campbell. This year was.
That was like 2 years ago.
That was 3
yeah.
years ago.
Was that 3 years ago?
That was 2000.
Yeah, it was huge back then. Who was last year?
I can't remember who was here.
Edward James almost
It's
was.
a big one, yeah. Yeah, George
Yeah,
Takei
George
was here
Takei.
last year.
Oh, no, it was Kevin Sorbo was here last year.
Yeah. So
They had Bruce Campbell was 2010, and then 2011. Who was there? There's somebody. It's gonna kill me.
it's not the Black Ranger.
No.
But like I really suggest you guys like keep an eye out on this particular program because it's gonna get huge, and you guys are just seeing this 5-6 years in. So
I really like the I'm going to use the word plethora of different avenues of geekdom that they actually have here. I mean, you have everything. You have your comic geeks can come here and have fun. Battlestar Galactica is huge here this year. You have actors from every different kind of sci-fi show, and
the voice of Zim was here.
it's a good mixing pot of like geek culture. It really is.
Yeah, this is my second year in a row at Comicpalooza, and what I've noticed the most is that, other than the expansion and all the obvious things like that, is that it is becoming more of a pop culture convention, which the only way I can describe that closely is I went to Comic-Con in San Diego last year, and it's not just about comic books there, it's about everything you can imagine in the geek world. It's like eye-opening. You're like, holy cow, I didn't know this much existed in, this genre of sci-fi. And where I see Comicpalooza going in the next couple of years is towards like that Comic-Con aspect of, it doesn't matter if you're into video games, if you're into anime, if you're into Battlestar, if you're into, just whatever on, the Sci-Fi Channel, you'll be welcome here. And that's the great thing about having it in Houston is the people are so welcoming and so just friendly and open. And even though it's humid, like everyone loves to come here anyways because we're so nice. So I see it getting really big in the next couple of years.
It's nice and chilly in here.
Yes, it's nice and chilly.
Yeah, they keep it a good 55 degrees or so.
We'll
Making sure to preserve us.
55 degrees warm. What's really cool about this size right now is everything you wanted to see was manageable to get to. You wanted to meet someone, you had the lines weren't that long, you got to meet them. Like we said, we got a couple signatures almost everywhere around. If you wanted to go see roller derby, or you wanted to go see another panel that was in signing, it was really easy to get to. All the entertainment was on the first floor, and everything that you wanted to buy was everything you wanted to buy was on the first floor. Everyone that you wanted to see was on the third floor. So it was good that it's not like Hall D 5 miles out while waiting another 5 hours just to go, see one person.
Right.
You're not spending a whole weekend trying to, get a signature or a picture op.
You know what, I think it was funny that when we were playing around in that Star Trek chair, we were in the Star Trek chairs playing around, and I don't know, you just talk to people like openly. Someone will come up to you and be like, hey, what about this, You see someone with a similar costume or a similar, someone sees your T-shirt and then all of a sudden they're like best bros, like fist bumping you and stuff. And it's just awesome. I don't know. It's just, and Houston is such a huge city. And like we don't have a lot of cons in Texas. I mean, not that many. You got a few here and there, but most of them go to like New York or California, and I think this is great that we have a big con starting to build up, and because there's plenty of people in Houston and Texas who want to get in on this experience.
Yeah.
Want to ask? Let's just we'll take a couple questions actually, or if you guys have any experiences you had at this con that you thought were just crazy or amazing, something like that. Anybody run into somebody and sparks flew, or you met your favorite actor or something? Just you met the surly nerds. So we got the surly nerds right here.
Which one's surly and which one's nerd?
That one's surly.
That's true.
The other one's the nerd.
I think they're both a little
I get it now. I don't want to point this out, but the Vegeta, I've seen you half a dozen times downstairs, and you're like in a dozen of my pictures, just like in the background. You're a key extra number 3 in my whole photo album.
The Prince of Saiyans here, man.
Did you guys go to any of the concerts?
I did not make a concert myself. You went to the.
I went to the Steampunk Ball.
She went to the Steampunk Ball. Why don't you tell us about that?
Here's a good story. Okay, so
Let's hear it.
we're at this. Me and Sacha here are at the Steampunk Ball, and I was dressed up in my steampunk cosplay. And I typically listen to 9 Inch Nails, dubstep, and lots of dark stuff for the most part. And they were playing like upbeat, like. I don't know how to.
It was
describe
very steampunk music. In fact,
Yes.
I've heard the word steampunk played
in the lyrics.
music several times.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it had
it's
to be
not
steampunk.
exactly the most hopping dance party by any means. And so all of a sudden, this guy in a Tron outfit starts coming up to this other guy, and they're like literally like bumping and grinding against each other at the steampunk ball. And I'm like, yeah, I have video of it. I couldn't skip that opportunity. And I just thought, where else would I ever see this? Nowhere. Numbers, yeah. Okay. You have me there.
Numbers on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tuesday.
That was definitely my highlight of the night. Pretty unforgettable.
That steampunk ball was a lot of fun. Well, at least for me.
You were dancing by yourself and having a blast.
I was. I didn't want to slow down. I was having way too much fun.
So how many people out there, come to the con, who says that they're going to cosplay next year? Who got inspired to actually want to dress up?
Nice.
What do you guys want to
Nice.
dress up as?
Wonder Woman, all right. Oh, Alliance. Oh,
That's it.
I'm bored, and we can't talk. I hate good girl.
Who else got inspired?
Nice.
Who do you think gonna do? That works. Because me and a buddy of mine, because Army 2. I don't know if you guys play. I'm sure you guys play video games. We're at a convention. Well, we like to read and watch. It's like an amalgam together. Army 2 just recently came out, and we was like, hey, I'm gonna do that, and my roommate started getting his stuff together, and then I moved, and that drained all of my stuff. So next year, I'm planning to do at least one, Sam or Rios from there. Probably, was it Rios is bald? Yes. Yeah, Rios is, he's the burn victim. Yeah, I'm probably gonna play him.
I don't think you have a choice. I would say that I'm kind of interested in dabbling into cosplaying, but I would have to go like the light route. So I'd probably play someone like Squirrel Master from Half Baked, because I could just get the jumpsuit I got out of prison and put a squirrel in my pocket and we'll be good to go. Yeah, but.
I don't know, if you've never cosplayed before, the only advice I have is don't be afraid to try something. Because I started out using literally like safety pins on everything. I didn't sew anything. I didn't know how to like tape Velcro up to it, even though that's like the easiest thing now. And now I'm just able to put together really nice cosplays, and so it feels like an achievement when you've actually done something. And you see people walking around in all different kinds of costumes, and maybe they change something. Like earlier, Bryan was talking about the guy that came as the Link and Assassin's Creed crossover. Yeah, it takes you a while to get to that level, but anyone will accept you at these conventions, no matter how difficult or how easy the cosplay. You can be walking around in a store-bought cosplay and people will still take pictures of you because they're like, wow, that's really cool, you look great in that. And that's a really good feeling, so don't be afraid to try it out. Even a little, Pokemon backpack makes you feel like you're awesome. So.
Had to be Pokemon.
I love Pokemon.
Never cosplayed, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there's two sides of it
enjoy
too
cosplay.
to the cosplay. You could be like, man, I'm really horrible and wear a ninja mask and then just say I'm not here.
I'm not here.
Or
what
just
I'm wearing now and go with somebody who cares.
yeah.
Oh.
I've seen a couple Jay and Silent Bobs. I mean, those are easy to pull off.
I go with Commissioner Gordon.
You can pull off.
I could. Or the Flash Gordon.
As a Harley, I think it would be really entertaining to have a Commissioner Gordon.
No. I got too much hair right now. Right? Used to be. I used to look like him.
And all this footage, we actually filmed a lot of this stuff this weekend, guys. We were running around with at least 3 crews, so if you want to check out, we got tons of video on cosplayers, events, and some panels, and we also got interviews. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be posting these things up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ultness. So feel free to take a look at that. We probably got a whole bunch of coverage. I don't even know how much we got. We've been here all day Friday, Saturday, and we've been here all day today. So
We got Xbox codes to give away. So, don't we?
Do you have those?
No, I'm saying we could comment on our page or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, we have some giveaways. So if you want to come visit our Facebook and check us out, we'll be giving away some codes. We have some Xbox codes.
Free games.
We have some games to give out. So come check that out too. We're hoping to get a big turnout, and we want to hear from a lot of people who came too, just hear the comments and what they got to say, and get some input on the content we grabbed here. So, this was a huge con. My legs are killing me. We've been walking around all day, and I don't know. This
It's not over yet either.
Yeah, it was good. There was a lot going on.
Not used to this much walking. Especially was it Hall A is all the way on the other side?
Yeah.
This morning they shut off all the escalators. I was in mid-ascension and then it just stopped. I'm like, I got food on me and this is not gonna work. I'm all sweaty before the even convention starts. I'm a real fat kid.
Well, remember we were talking about you should eat your Cheetos while you walk upstairs, so you burn the calories while you gain them.
Right. Balance it out.
Balance it out. Balance
Do your
diet.
morning stretches. That'll help you.
Oh.
I want to say that I want to go ahead and play the trailer one more time for anybody. I just noticed a lot of people came in late, so I want everybody to see our trailer and just see what we're about. Catch a little clip show of our web show and some other things. So let's go ahead and play that trailer.
Ultness is a pop culture group centered around film, television, gaming, and everything geek. Founded on a pool of shared interests, we generate online content such as discussions.
I want to watch Exit Wounds. That's him in DMX, right?
Oh, no, you don't want to watch.
That's when Steven Seagal went hood.
When Steven Seagal went hood.
He barely went cul-de-sac with that one.
Event coverage.
There's League of Legends behind us. The main stage in between is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. StarCraft. Yeah, that other game.
I'm curious, is this related to the movie I Am Legend?
And internet shenanigans.
Yeah, Ash, look at it. You have the letters ASH, Ash, Aryan Slave Herder.
Braving through the wild west of the internets, we try to make videos or something you people call entertainment. Know the exact moment when we eat food. Follow us on Twitter at Ultness. The kids love Facey Space. We got one. YouTube. And of course, visit us at ultness.com. And hey, guess what? We're covering Houston's own Comicpalooza. So stay tuned and see if you pop up on Ultness. Yep, so there you have it. So yeah, it was good seeing everybody here today. Glad the turnout came over here and everybody's having a good time. So yeah, Comicpalooza, we had an awesome time. I hope everybody else did too. We're gonna go ahead and start signing out. I'm Bryan McBallz.
Misfit Girl 66.
Cary Middle Geek.
Timeless Traveler.
And JD, also known as S3 Prototype.
Thanks everybody.